What's up guys, CJ here, and our first trailer for Men in Black International has officially arrived. The spin-off, which has been confirmed to exist in the same universe as the previous films, is the first movie in the long-running franchise since 2012's Men in Black 3. This time we've got some new agents taking the reins though, Agent H, played by Chris Hemsworth, and Agent M, played by Tessa Thompson. The trailer doesn't give away much, but it does confirm that the film is going to have a heavy dose of comedy, as expected, while taking the franchise around the globe instead of sticking to the New York backdrop of the original three films. But let's get down to the good stuff. The trailer opens with Hemsworth's Agent H and Liam Neeson's agent, known only as High T in the movie, working on an assignment while Neeson's character narrates about the universe's habit of leading people to the right place at the right time. That narration is way more important for the character that's Thompson's Agent M, who we'll get to in a second, but the trailer makes it seem that Neeson and Hemsworth were actually partners before H teams up with M, which would hint that Neeson was either then promoted to director or is going to retire, which would leave H partnerless for a while. We aren't sure where this mission that we see takes place, but if that opening shot of Paris is accurate, we might see the events later depicted in the painting we see on the left, meaning H and High T were a team on the level of Agents K and J from the original films. And yep, that is K and J on the right. They're fighting against Edgar the Bug from the first film, and it seems like saving the world does get you recognized even in a top secret organization, but that should give you really just a hint as to how important Agent H is in this film. He is a badass on the level of Agent J. We then are introduced to Agent M, played by Tessa Thompson, whose own path to the MIB is a little more unorthodox. The trailer tells us that she actually successfully tracked the organization down and manages to find their New York headquarters after 20 years of a personal search. That makes it sound like she might have witnessed the events of the original film or maybe even the sequel and for whatever reason failed to be neuralized, and then has spent her life trying to track down the truth of what she saw. Somehow, she doesn't get neuralized again, and she successfully convinces Emma Thompson's Agent O that her ability to find them makes her a perfect candidate for the job, to which O agrees. M is then sent to London because of a problem there, and that's where the story of the trailer really picks up. As Liam Neeson greets her, we're treated to a very familiar scene in the franchise, a headquarters full of aliens, much like the New York office, including the iconic worms, so it seems like they're just everywhere the MIB are. They might wear the same outfit in London, but they do things a little bit differently, and namely, it looks like some of their toys might be a little bit cooler. And yes, I'm talking mainly about the cars here. While Agent K's black Crown Vic flew under the radar and was kind of stylish in a handsome sort of way, the European office travels in a little more style. First, we see they're going to be whipping around in a state-of-the-art black Lexus, and yes, the big red button in this car allows it to fly. It doesn't go warp speed like K's Crown Vic. But we also see they've got a taste for the classics as well. At one point it looks like they're going to be using a Jaguar XJ6 as a rolling armory. We're not sure if they're actually going to be driving that or not, or whose car that is, but it is locked and loaded. We see basically Agents H and M both find multiple guns in the car, and H actually, in my favorite shot of the trailer, assembles almost like a minigun type thing using pieces of the car. As for who they're going to be fighting here, we aren't quite sure. Liam Neeson's narration tells us that the agency has been compromised, something that now threatens the planet's safety. That kind of suggests that there might be a mole or a man on the inside, but who exactly that might be is unknown, as is why they would want to blow the cover on the operation. But given the way she joined the agency, something tells me that Agent M is going to be a prime suspect. As for a specific alien menace, in this club scene we see two identical twins dancing, and later we see the two walking forward menacingly, potentially hinting that these two could be involved in whatever nefarious plot the agency being compromised has led to. But later we also see Agent H facing off with a hulking furry alien and getting tossed around pretty well, and this looks like it might have been connected to a very James Bond-esque sequence of him approaching an island fortress on a boat. That could just be an Agent H prequel sequence to let us know what a badass he is, as we don't see Agent M there, but given the setting, it could also be connected to this other shot of M going toe-to-toe with a multi-armed woman with black and white striped hair, which looks like it could be Rebecca Ferguson's character in the movie. We don't know exactly who Ferguson is playing if it's not this character, but with an actress of Ferguson's caliber and her name recognition after the Mission Impossible movies, if she's playing a villain, she almost certainly is the head honcho. And honestly, from this shot, it kind of looks like she can handle herself. Early screen tests obtained by our friends over at Omega Underground make mention of an evil organization called Hive, and the agents trying to locate an alien arms dealer named the White Dwarf to keep him out of Hive's hands. While we know next to nothing about her character, it seems possible that Ferguson is playing the head of Hive, or at least a main enforcer of that group. And as for the White Dwarf, we get a shot of what's probably him here too. It's a pretty cute little guy. He's wearing a helmet and wielding what looks like a fittingly tiny blaster. And you can hear from a brief bit of dialogue in this scene that this is the character voiced by Kumail Nanjiani from Silicon Valley and The Big Sick, which kind of hints that he too is going to have a pretty big role in the film, just given that he is a major actor. He's one of the central cast of this movie as far as we know. And interestingly enough, we're now hearing that this character is actually named Pawnee. And whether the name of White Dwarf was just a filler for the audition tape, or this is an entirely different character, we'll just have to wait and see. Let us know in the comment section down below what you thought of the trailer. Personally, I'm a huge fan of this franchise. I loved the first movie, and specifically the third movie, I thought was one of the best movies I saw in 2012. So I'm really interested to see what this spin-off kind of does for the franchise. Obviously, Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth are both hilarious. We know that after Thor Ragnarok, and I'm getting kind of a very similar vibe from this movie, so I'm really, really excited. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. That is going to do it for me here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.